Hello, my name is Sachin Bajpai, and I am a Cambrianite from class of 1996. Cambrian Hall Alumni Association brings to you a new initiative, Being Cambrianite. This will be a series of conversation with Cambrianites from different fields across various batches on their journey. Importantly, what it means to them being Cambrianite. Today, we have one such Cambrianite with us. She is from class of 1992. She was Edwards House prefect, studied at Cambrian Hall from class 1 to class 12, represented Cambrian Hall in inter-school badminton, basketball and hockey, was also captain of Cambrian Hall badminton team and also went on to represent the then state of Uttar Pradesh in basketball during her Cambrian Hall days. A Pahari at heart and who's made Mumbai as her Karam Bhumi. She also had a unique experience of being a day scholar and a boarder during her Cambrian Hall days. Very popular, especially amongst millennials. I'm very happy to welcome the very beautiful, ever smiling, and at one time, my Edwards House prefect, Miss Shruti Panwar. Hi Shruti, welcome.
Hey. Hello. Oh, that was fantastic. And hi, Sachin. How are you?
I'm doing good. Thank you very much for accepting
Love
this.
the intro, by the way. I love the intro. You're a pro. Practice
Thank
me.
you. Thank you. Okay, so Shruti, let's start from the start, right?
Yeah.
And just from the beginning, so we know that you studied Cambrian Hall since class 1, right? So what do you remember from just the first initial days of Cambrian Hall? And I believe, I don't know, was it the Dutre House block where your classes were, or was it where the class 7 block is?
No, okay. मैं शुरू से शुरू करूंगी. Like you said, start from the start. And shooting में भी हम लोग ऐसे ही बोलते हैं director sir को. अच्छा सर scene शुरू से शुरू करें क्या? So like from the top type. So yeah, so beginning, I knew Cambrian Hall from a very, very long time. I think when I was in nursery, probably. Even actually when I was born, to be very honest. Though I didn't know it, but then it was in me because my siblings, my sister and my brother studied there, and all my cousins, and also my JT Papa, which is like my father's elder brother, was one of the trustees, Brigadier Panwar. So SS Panwar. So yes, Cayman Hall has been always there since I was born in me, in my family. And I joined in class 1 because I did my nursery and my kindergarten in another very small school near my house, which is much easier for parents. Usually parents do that. And then of course, as a tradition, because everybody in my generation, my siblings, everybody went to Cayman Hall, so I had to go to Cayman Hall. And I was very happy about it, delighted about it because my sister, when I joined in, when I was in class 1, my sister was the school captain, Alpana Panwar. Brother was in the 10th that time. So yeah, it was beautiful. A very vast school, very big, because I came from a small school. Everything is very close, and here there was this huge ground. There was these big buildings, 3, 4 buildings, kind of structures which I saw, and of course my sister got me in, and I didn't cry much. I was very happy about it because I knew that if anything happened, I had them, next to me. I remember telling my mom when I came back home that, oh, my mom, my teacher is very sweet, and I'm very happy that she's my class teacher. So my class teacher was Ma'am Matloop that time.
Any friends that you made during those first few years, class 1 or 2, who studied with you throughout class 12? Any friends who were in class 1 as well as in
My
class 12 with you?
best, my best friend, Bindu Agarwal, and we went on till graduation together, which
Wow.
was fantastic. You know,
Okay.
yeah, I know. It is wow. So she is one person I connected with instantly, and very connected with her family as well. And she's in Ghaziabad now. I've been to her house. I've been to her school. She's a teacher now. So, but then yes, we've been best friends class till class 12, and we both took humanities, arts. So it was very easy for us. We were still together till class 12 from 11th and 12th onwards.
We know that you had a unique experience that you boarder as well as a day scholar. So what happened there? Were you a bit naughty that your parents said, "Oh no, nothing doing. You've been enough of day scholars now." You because as a were you sent as a school to boarding as a punishment? Just curious to know. You know.
Do you think naughtiness is like boom boom from my face?
No,
Like I am naughty, but
I'm just
yes.
trying to find a story. You know.
So curious, yes. Okay. So no, it wasn't like that at all. I was always happy and a bright and a good student, taking part in everything in the
Yeah.
school, which of course you all know as well.
Yeah.
And but I went, I did my day schooling till the 10th, and 11th and 12th I went to the boarding house because I started, doing a lot of basketball. I did sports a lot throughout, but then these 2 years were very, very essential because Jaya Gautam, another friend of mine, if you remember her,
Yeah.
she was from Joda block and she was a boarder. So yeah, so she and myself, we were selected to represent Uttar Pradesh, for the state level and
Yeah.
national level basketball. And Mr. Lali used to come to coach us that time. Mr. DB Rana was the sports teacher, but then for basketball specifically for this part, Mr. Lali used to be there. So all these experience for, especially for Jaya and me, was amazing because हम पहली बार गए थे एक तो, और दूसरा ये था because हम लोग इतने comfortable zone से आए हुए थे ना, so for us it was a big, I won't say a challenge.
Really interesting because I'm sure most of our batchmates and people around at that point of time wouldn't know all of this, because we only know
Yeah,
about what was being announced in the assembly and when you
yes.
girls came and we saw your pictures, etc. So I think this is very interesting. Yeah, please go ahead.
Yeah, and another thing which was very, very interesting was because the day we had to leave, we had the basketball school, inter-school badminton championship going on in our school. And
Okay.
since I was a badminton captain
Yeah.
and I played pretty well, and so we were in the finals, and our train was at about 7:45, 8 or something like that. And my final match against the Vellum girls was going on, and it was so crazy. And I told Mr. Single, जो
Yeah.
हमारी chemistry teacher थे,
Yeah.
head of department,
Yeah.
so he was our coach
Yeah.
for badminton, So I told him, sir, आप फिक्र मत करो, मैं तो जल्दी से हरा के देखना निकल जाऊंगी because मुझे जाना है. So he's like,
And
yeah.
I
So
remember at that point of time, I think inter-school ka jo, was being hosted by Cameron Hall. It used to be
by
the
Cape Town
auditorium.
that time. Yes, so in the Mandarin auditorium,
Correct.
it was there. The entire school, I mean, a lot of children were there. Of course, the boarders were there. A lot of day scholars also came to see because it was such a proud moment for us. And of course, Vellums के साथ एक, एक 36 का आंकड़ा हम लोग का हमेशा रहा है in
Correct.
sports.
Yeah.
So yeah, so then we had this finals, and I remember I was playing against this girl called Simona. I still remember her, and she was
Wow.
this specky girl, and she was a very good athlete as
Okay.
well. And I just beat her up, and they said, "Arey, lekin ceremony ke liye to ruko." I said, "I have no time," and I think I didn't even wait for the ceremony.
Yeah.
I kept my racket, I congratulated, and I just rushed, when Mr. Lali was waiting there. Jaya was waiting there with our bags packed and everything.
I remember that because the boys used to play at Doon School because I also played inter school for Cameron Hall. I was part of the team, the badminton
All
team.
right. Oh,
So I
lovely.
remember that the girls used to happen at auditorium. Okay, let's talk about the boarding life, right? Tell us a bit about the boarding life and also your soft and hard memories about Ma'am Rana. We know that she was very strict.
Oh,
So tell
she
us.
was strict, but yeah, but she's a beautiful teacher because she was my class teacher in class 4, and also she is kind of she knows my family very well, So it was quite. I thought it would be easy for me from that perspective, but she being the headmistress and the owner of the hostel, she had to be strict, I guess. So I took all my little soft toys and everything, trunk में लेकर चली गई मैं तो माँ के साथ. And so she's telling my mother, Bharti, चलो ये भी रखो अपने पास, ये भी रखो अपने पास, ये भी रखो अपने पास. I'm like, अच्छा ये कहाँ जा रहे हैं? एक तो रखने दो. So my mother saying, Nimla, इसको एक रखने दो. No, 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 not allowed. No. So it was like that. But she was beautiful. She was strict. She had to be strict. Otherwise, पता है ना सब हम लोग बड़े बागी हो जाते हैं बच्चे लोग तो. So I guess that was very essential. And she was strict when she had to be, and she was very sweet and nice and warm when she had to.
Yeah.
So she was our mother there. So yes, that was it. It was beautiful there. 2 years. Um, Staying there, I got very, very fluent in Nepalese. My dadi was a Nepalese, so I knew a little bit of Gorkhali, the
Okay.
Indian kind of
Okay.
accent. But then living there, I was fluent in Nepalese. I know how to speak Nepalese very well, which has helped me now as well because in shootings, a lot of poddadas and a lot of technicians and now even cameramen, so many DOPs are from Nepal. So,
Okay.
when I speak to them, they are like, Are, I'm like, Kasturi ounce. And I'm like, Mala ounce, dere ounce, Malay Nepali ma pura karna.
A bit of my research, and I was told specifically about your boarding life that you and Sanchita were responsible for two sets of, so you were responsible for the junior girls and she was responsible for the senior. And I'm being
Yeah.
told that rather than being as a leader and looking after, you used to also play around with them rather than. So tell us a bit more about that.
I have this child, still living in me, and I always say this: keep that child alive in you. तो मेरे अंदर तो वो बचपना जो है ना अभी भी कूट कूट के भरा हुआ है सचिन. So I'm like, yeah, I was like, I think I was the favorite for all these little kids, Shruti Didi, and all. So everybody was very comfortable with me. Sanchita was this taskmaster, hunter लेकर जो चाबुक लेकर घूमता है, पेट लेकर. So she was like that. But for me, I was very soft-hearted. I love to play with them. I love to tell stories with them. So
I
yeah,
remember that there's also one of the when I think we were in class 8th, and you were in 12th. Uh,
yes.
it was the first ever inter-house dramatics competition, right? And I remember at that point of time, I think I remember there were lots of seniors, but of course, three people that I can't forget. One is Rajesh, second is you, and there was Jasleen Nandra, I believe.
Yes.
Three of you were really good at that point of time. I think, because I think it was the first inter-house dramatics competition
I think
by
yes.
Ma'am Chandna was the organizer. So tell us a bit more
Oh,
about that if you remember that memory.
oh, yeah. So when we came to know about this dramatic competition coming into our school, and we were given the announcement about it, it was quite an excitement because dance dramas तो बहुत होते थे school में. Then the dramatic competition, we were like, okay, so what do we do? Saurabh was there, Saurabh Shiv.
Saurabh Shiv, yes, school captain.
He's a good friend. Yeah, we all are. I mean, 92 patch, I think, is still very much intact and together. We're getting back to the dramatic competition. So this came and Mr. Walsh, Mr. T.D. Walsh,
Yeah, housemaster.
beautiful, beautiful teacher, housemaster of our, yes, at the house, and a fantastic, beautiful teacher. So he was in charge, obviously. And he selected, of course, Anurag Sethi,
Okay.
and we said, okay, what do we do? So he came up because since we were reading Pygmalion and it was in our course,
Yeah.
so he said, okay, let's do the act one. That was a good idea. And we had to kind of make the script, which he did, of course. And I was not a part of the acting crew. So
Oh,
that's the thing. Yes.
wow.
Okie dokies. Yes, that's the thing. I was the yeah, backstage in charge.
Okay.
Yeah. So what happened? Though I wanted to, but then I don't know. He didn't select me that time, and he just uh, I mean, Saurabh was there, and Anurag Sethi was there, and then Dipali Keskar, if you remember her. She
Mm,
joined in 11th. Yes.
okay.
So her father's in the army, so she was posted. He was posted here, and hence she joined. So in the 11th, so she was there to play Eliza Doolittle, and so she rehearsed, practice होती थी हम लोगों की. Everything used to happen. हम close roads. I was in the backstage department, so I was helping in the other things and so on, whatever is needed, intros and blah blah blah. So suddenly one day, just about not even a week, I think, not even a week,
Mm,
she suddenly felt, no, I can't do it. I can't do it. Something like that happened. I don't remember clearly. Or
mm,
she felt sick. I don't know. Something happened that she said, no, I can't do.
mm.
And they were stuck. They didn't know what to do.
So,
So that's
so
where
in
I
the
come in the
heart of hearts,
picture.
were you very happy and excited? Oh wow, I've got a chance.
No, but what? Yeah, and I don't know who said that Shruti will do this. I don't remember.
Okay.
Like somebody said, Shruti, you do it. I was like, yeah, yeah, because you know the lines, you know everything, you know the blocking, so you can. But we just had few days. I said, okay. And I was like, yeah, I have a dress also, which is like Eliza. Also, like a hat also. So it is so easy. And I have these buckle shoes also, those Oxford kind of shoes. You know, I said, yeah, suits fine. And then I just got cracking with it. And I think it was like brilliant. And a cup of tea, you know. So it is good.
Not
It's
just good,
very,
I think
very good.
you also went on to win the best performance for the dramatic
Best
competition.
actor, yes, yes. So that was also quite interesting. They were announcing everybody, you know. So they obviously they announced from the third winner is this,
Yeah.
and then the second winner, and then finally they said the first winner is Shruti Panwar. You know, we were so happy, and of course, Edward House won the first ever dramatic competition of our school. So we were very, very delighted. And what an experience. I think that also was kind of, I can say, kind of a realization that I could get into, you know, uh, maybe in the conscious level, maybe in the aura, maybe in the air, you know, that probably this was a path I would lead
And
on
was it
to
the
later.
stepping stone? You think that was the first step towards your?
Could be very much, Sachin. It could be. You never know, actually. You
So
know, so
do
this
you
is.
thank Dipali every day?
We spoke once or twice,
Okay.
and but I don't think so. We spoke about this. We never mentioned dramatic
Okay.
competition, but
Wow.
yeah,
Very interesting
yeah,
story. I must say this again. Okay.
yeah.
Uh, I have to tell you this now on the Cambrian Hall Instagram page that we have. Very recently, we had uploaded the March Pass video, right? A small March Pass video of Cambrian Hall, right? Which is
Okay.
a very short video, right? And within less than 6 7 days, we already have 3,000 views, right? So just to say,
So,
3,000 views. So just to say that Sports Day and the March Passes was such a popular event because it went on for a lot of days. So because you were a great athlete as well, right? So tell us your memories about the Sports Day, or because you also went on to represent school for the districts, right? So any
yeah.
memories about the Sports Day? Anything that you remember?
Loads, loads and loads of memories. Years and years of 12 years of memories.
Yeah, yeah.
You know. So yeah, I remember. If you also remember, we used to have our sports day in the field, which was
Correct.
with the
Yeah, yeah,
army people
yeah, yeah, yeah,
initially,
yeah,
and
yeah.
then later on, I think
Yes.
last mine 11th and 12th, we guys shifted to
Correct.
our
Correct.
pound, which was outside the school
Yeah.
campus. The
Correct.
buses used to
Yeah.
hold. It used to be it used to be a festival for us.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know,
Correct.
it was a festival which we all looked up to. Also because we would get rid of studies a bit. So that was another thing. पढ़ाई क्यों जाएगी? You know, break के बाद से तो अपनी sports की practice शुरू है time. So that used to be there. The prestigious, what you mentioned, the march past used to
Yeah.
be like very, very honorable and a prestigious thing for all of us. And for me also, and for me, I remember when I was the prefect, I had to do this. Edward House, eyes right, one,
Right.
two, check one, tap. You know, so I remember that.
Yeah.
So it holds the flag of your house and, you know, marching, and then the people are on your right when you approach them.
Yeah.
Then you go like, house, eyes, right, check one. And yeah, so all those moments is
Yeah.
like so
Correct.
amazing. And I live them, I think, every day, you know, sometimes being conscious about it and sometimes not being conscious about it, but it's there. So yeah, the sports time was also very, very brilliant. Then another thing was very exciting was the cross country,
Yes.
which we
Yeah.
had,
Yeah.
if you
Yeah.
remember, which is
Yeah.
just not even a 5 kilometer thing. It's pretty short. So we used to go and all the way वो नीचे ढाल में जाकर दून
Correct.
स्कूल को क्रॉस करके फिर बीच पगडंडी से आते थे. और सीनियर्स की जो होती थी वो पूरी
Correct.
आगे जाकर आरआई के उधर
Bit
से होके
longer.
आती.
Yeah.
Yeah. So in that also, every time I took part, I came second because there was one girl who was very good with cross country. Her name was Sam Ghosai, I remember. वो गड़ी की थी. So she was very good with cross country. So she always came first, and I always came second. That I remember. And Jaya came third.
Let's talk about the year 1997. I'll tell you about that incident. I was doing my engineering at that point of time. I'd gone with my friends to watch a movie, and the movie was Dil To Pagal Hai, and the movie had just started, and we were like 10 or 12 of our friends sitting, and the movie started, and then there is a girl, and then I said, "Oh, that's Shruti." So my friend started looking at me. He said, "What? We know that's the name of the character. Her name is Shruti." I said, "No, that girl, Shruti, is my senior from my school." And they said, "Okay, relax, relax." So, so I think so. I was very, very, very excited, and of course, lots of other people would be. So tell us. And now this is the era I'm talking about. No internet, mobile was not very common, right?
Yes.
So what was the reaction?
Yeah, the charge was 150 rupees for 1 minute.
Yes,
Oh
correct.
God. So yes.
Yeah, because I think because it was your first and it was a big break. So tell us your first reaction, your friends, your school friends' first reaction, and more so because no internet, no phone. So how did they react? You know, what was their first reaction? What did they say?
शाहरुख खान के साथ. I mean, the ultimate Bollywood icon, Shah Rukh Khan, apart from Mr. Bachchan ji. But yes, I mean, that time he was the heartthrob of the entire world, I'll say.
Yeah.
People are crazy about him. I mean, that time was like crazy, crazy,
Yes.
crazily crazy for him in the entire globe. And yeah, I mean, I'll tell you how I got the project. I was just 2 months old in Bombay. And one of uh, my ex-husband's friend, he was in the NSD, so he had come down to Bombay and was assisting Tanuja Chandra and so on. So he knew a friend, Samir, Samir Sharma, who was assisting Aditya Chopra. So then probably Samir must have mentioned, oh, we need theatre artists, we need these young, vivacious, children who are in the theatre group of Shah Rukh Khan, and if you know anybody, just let us know. So he told me that, do you want to go and meet? I said, okay, fine. He said, it's not a big role, but you're there throughout the film. Okay. You guys don't have even a line to speak, but I think it'll be a good experience for you since just to break the ice. I said, of course, why not? It doesn't matter because it will be a very kind of a good training ground for me. And then, of course, I am not shooting with just anybody, but I'm shooting with Yash Raj Chopra, one of the biggest filmmakers of our country. I'm shooting alongside Shah Rukh Khan, Madhuri Dixit, Karishma Kapoor, so it'll be a very, very big thing for me. So I said, yeah. So I went to meet Aditya Chopra and we had a conversation. He did one video test in the office only, which I did, and I was good at it. And then he said, but Shruti is such an uncommon name. उस समय Shruti ज़्यादा होता नहीं था नाम. बहुत लोगों. He said, this is such an uncommon name, so इस character को हम Shruti बुलाएंगे. I said, okay, cool. So that was it. And I got the part. We were shooting for like 35 days, and we got very little. 25,000 रुपए मिले थे मुझे. But that was a very 25,000 was like 5-10 lakh रुपए for me, But I mean, it was not about money also. It was more about this experience and being in that zone. So and living that zone for like 25 days. But then हमारी वो 25 days की shooting 35 days हुई, and it was brilliant. I mean, imagine मैं तो शाहरुख खान को देखा तो मैं तो almost बेहोश हो गई. माधुरी दीक्षित को देखा तो मैं बेहोश ही हो गई because she's been my favorite, And Karishma Kapoor was nice, was okay. Just hello types होता था उनके साथ. Though we had a lot of scenes with her, but then yeah, she was in her own zone. But Madhuri Dixit was the top actor of our country that time, and she's young people. और हम सब बल्लू, मुराद, सोनिया, तान्या, हम सब सुरेश मेनन, हम लोग सब नए उस समय आए थे. So for us it was such a big thing, and these people were the brats एकदम. और मैं देहरादून से, मुझे तो मेकअप करना भी नहीं आता था, कुछ ही नहीं आता था. तो मैंने एवरीबॉडी, अरे तुम्हें तो गुलाबी गाल है ऑलरेडी, ऐसे पहाड़ की है ना, इसके लिए अब गुलाबी करने पड़ते हैं. So I was like, so we did this, and it was so beautiful. And she would come and पहले जब मिले विले and all that, ये बच्चे हैं जो थिएटर ग्रुप के होंगे, ये सब वो सब, उनको तो देख कर ही हम ऐसे गदगद हो जाते थे. He's been all jaw dropping, eyes popping, like that. And yeah, out and out, I think it was beautiful. It was such a
Okay.
learning step that time.
So, post you're now a public figure and a celebrity. We know about an incident, and we would like to know more from you. That you visited Cambrian Hall. This was around 2014 when the school was celebrating the 60th celebration, right? 60th
Yes.
year, right? And you and along with your friends, I think you were very, very hungry. And from what we got to know was that from the school gate to Navneet's stall, which had bun samosa,
Sure.
it's usually just 100 meters, but it took you 2 hours to reach there. Tell us that story, that 100 meters you covered in 2 hours. We thought you were an athlete. What happened there?
Yeah, but I don't know what happened. Oh my God, it is such a, I mean, it was such an, I don't know what happened. I became a tortoise, winning eventually. But yeah, it was crazy because, of course, you being loved, you being stopped for pictures, selfies, and autograph, and so much of love, and these smiles and these faces with so much of appreciation, and pride in them you see for you. It's so brilliant. So yes, I think those 100-meter becoming like 2 kilometers was like brilliant for me.
Yeah. Okay. We know about you. You've spoken about your friends from your batchmates. Tell us, because I think you and me come from the era when we also used to look upon a lot to our seniors, right? So just give us names of 4 seniors or juniors that you remember, right, till now, irrespective whether you're in touch with them or not, but you still remember them, right? 4. Junior, they could be juniors, they could be senior, but not from your batchmates. Just name.
Okay, I remember Vikal Agarwal. He was like my Rakhi brother. He was senior to us.
I think Joe the house captain.
Yes, very
Very
good
great
athlete.
athlete.
Yeah. Oh yes, he would sprint like zoop, like a panther. I remember. He was brilliant. So him, I remember Vikal Bhaiya, and I think he's in Pune now. And we are kind of not in touch, but yes, he likes my pictures. I like his pictures, those kind of things. And we spoke also a few times in message.
Okay,
So
1.
him, I remember. Then of course I remember Shalu Wadhwa from school.
Yes,
He was,
senior again. Yeah.
yes, senior again. Then
Any
I think
juniors?
there's so many, juniors, of course, my friends, Shelly, Dipali, Jaya,
Okay.
all of them I remember.
Okay.
So, and there used to be this little boy called Ayushman Dev Burman. I remember him, very sweet guy from Assam, and I used to tie him Rakhi that time.
Okay.
He was like little boy, and I got in touch with him a while ago. He messaged and so on. So
Okay.
yes, I remember him as well.
I had this, actually, I was very friendly in nature. I mean, I still am. I make a lot of friends. But yes, I had friends who were day scholars. Like I mentioned, Bindu, who was my best friend and is still my best friend. Then I had a group in the hostel called the Dunes with Shelly and Rachna and Dipali and Jaya. So that was there. And then I also had a very, 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 very ऐसे वाला bond वाला group called the Hum Clan. So there was Abhas, there was Ankur, there was Sarvesh, there was Raman, there was Amit, and there was Paras, and yes, Neeta, Sanchita, and Shruti Mohan was there, and myself and Shamli Kalra. So we are still thick pals, and we still, in fact, nowadays during the COVID time, we really connected really well because of the online, meetings that have been existing.
In the recent times that we live in, right, COVID time specifically, when we were all restricted to our home, and although I follow you on Instagram, so I know, But knowing you that you're full of energy as a person, you stay fit, etc., etc. Tell us during this time, right, when you were restricted just to indoors, and just tell us a bit about how did you keep yourself fit more so.
Trust you me, Sachin, I have had a beautiful, beautiful time. I am generally a home person. I love to be at home. For me, my source of entertainment is working out, going to see a movie on my own. I'm such a happy person in my own world, you know. So it's like that. But this COVID was of course challenging times for lot many people. But it was beautiful for me because I got such a beautiful time to be with my son and my ma, and also because I was away for a month.
Oh
So
yeah.
for me, getting back home was another thing altogether. So I cooked, I baked a lot. I love cooking, and there was playing Ludo at home. You know, I I went and bought cards to play cards with my mother. So we never played cards, but he said, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 तक बना लेंगे वाले game to play. So that, then I would cook lot many things, try different things, and I was so busy. I was super busy. I think we all have been the busiest
Correct.
during this COVID time
Yeah.
because doing household chores is like a task, is a very big responsibility,
Mm.
and it can be stressful for some. But I love doing it. So for me, getting up, making the bed, doing jhadu pocha, breakfast, mom is there to help me. Then uske baad wo just sticky things, then we talking, I'm playing Nerf gun thing with my son in the house. We have our dog, cutting his hair after a month. The dog's hair, it takes a task 2 hours sitting and cutting.
Yeah.
And then I'm looking after my plants in a better way, talking to them every day more often. And it became like a schedule for us.
Okay.
So I would tell my mom that from 12 o'clock to 11 to 12 or whatever time I would go out anytime I would want to.
Yeah.
I would get free. So 2 hours is Shruti's time. I don't want any disturbance, nothing. उससे पहले जितना मुझसे काम करवा लो, उसके बाद जितना मुझसे काम करा लो. उस समय मुझे बस दे देना. So I did a lot of exercise, a lot of workout. I gave challenges to myself. जब हम नीचे जाने लगे, अलाउड हो गया थोड़ा नीचे जाना, तो मैं घर ग्राउंड अपने उधर ही बिल्डिंग के इर्द गिर्द ही वहीं चक्कर काटती थी inside the campus. Then I asked a friend, a neighbor friend, that can I use your garage because he didn't have a car inside. So I said, can I use it and make a little gym for myself? He said, of course. So I had a garage gym kind of a thing, dumbbell, रख दिए, kettlebell रख दिया. I got a board जिसमें मैं अपना routine लिखती थी.
I follow on Instagram. I think it's very inspiring. I
Yeah.
must say that. There's something that I missed when I was talking about the school aspect. And we all know that you were a great all-rounder, good at studies, a good girl, one of the ideal girl kind of a thing for in school, and of course you would have been uh, admired and loved by most of the teachers. But because since you were an all-rounder rather than just being academics or in sports or in co-curricular, any
Yes.
particular teacher you thought really helped you in helping you in that journey of being an all-rounder? Any particular teacher during your entire tenure?
I think all of them, because like you said, that I was a part of every
Yes.
aspect and
Yeah.
every event in the school, be it dramatic, be it recitation, be it shlok reciting when our Sanskrit teacher used to be there, Mr. Sharma, or be it into sports, be it into elocution, like I said, dramatic, or the dance competition, or taking part in inter-school competitions of various kinds. So yes, for me, inspiration came from and motivation and guidance came from various teachers. Ma'am Matloops to start with when I just joined school. Then Mrs. Edwards was there, Ma'am Raina, Mr. Ma'am Rana, Nirmala Rana. Then Mrs. Raina was also there, Meera Rana. Then Anita Gill, Ma'am used to be there, who used to be very pretty, and we really looked up to her beauty because she was really
Also
um,
Cambrianite.
also a Cambrianite. Yes, she had this oomph in her, this, I don't know, there's something about her. She had this Praveen Babi kind of a look.
Yeah, yeah.
cheekbones, if you remember.
Yes, I do.
The beauty, so that, then Ma'am Khurana, the librarian, who was brilliant, very composed and calm and sweet. Ma'am Suman, who used to be a Hindi
Ma'am
teacher.
Handa.
Ma'am Handa used to be, Ma'am Handa was beautiful.
I think I just simply enjoyed this conversation, Shruti. Just before we say bye to you, my last question to you is what, because the name of the conversation that we are doing a series is called Being Cambrianite. So, what, according to you, is being a Cambrianite? Being Cambrianite.
I think it's a lot of pride, a lot of respect I have, a lot of fun also, which I have being a Cambrianite. A lot of, for me, it's the zing thing and the zest of life. I've had, uh, I don't know, it's just wonderful. It's just wonderful. I mean, the moment you said it, I just, you know, straightened myself up. I feel this amazing feeling when somebody says, to greater height. Or
Yeah.
if somebody says, "Oh, you're from Cambrian Hall,"
Yeah.
"Oh, you're a Cambrianite." Like, a lot many people, on the Insta, they message me that I'm also from Cambrian Hall, to greater heights, and all these things. And when you guys sometimes repost stories of mine, I've seen that. It feels so wonderful. It feels so honored, that I'm part of this amazing, amazing big bunch of beautiful people, who've studied there, who've grown up there, who've got beautiful fond memories, some good, some bad, nevertheless, memories. And and you guys are doing such a great job. I'm doing nothing actually for the alumni and all that jazz, but you guys are doing brilliant. Please keep it up. And yeah, it's and this concept which you've come up with, Sachin, is just commendable, because I think it's going to be, we are connected with each other, different batches, different year students are connected with each other. But this particular platform, I think, will kind of uh, give more scope, will give more view,
Yeah.
and will give more exposure for all of us to really, really know each other, even if we've not studied in the same class,
Correct.
or in the same section, or in the same year, you know so, which is very good. And it's nice to know people who are shining bright, who are doing good in their own ways, in their own fields. It's nice to connect, and this is a super, super, super platform and idea which you've come up with and
Brilliant.
are now executing. And I'm happy and honored to be the first one in it, if I can say.
Yes, of course. This is the first one that we are recording. So
Yeah, so I'm happy to begin it with you. So yeah, honor is all mine too.
thank you very much, Shruti, for
I
giving.
just want to say one little thing to everybody, which I always say to everyone in
Please.
my, interviews or talks, whatever I have, is that always keep that child alive in you.
Yeah.
No matter how many years you've lived in the world on this earth, keep that child always alive in you. I do that,
You're a
and
classic example,
trust you me, it is wonderful. It is such a beautiful feeling,
Yeah.
because I always feel I'm always a student. I'm always a learner, learning, unlearning, always.
Yeah.
And I still want to be a student, And also, life is life can be very long, but it can be very short as well,
Yeah.
you know.
Correct.
So let's live each moment to the fullest.
I'll give the credit to you on this, as you said about the childlike thing. I had two options, right? While I was approaching you, you didn't know me. Of course, all of us know you. So I had two options. One, I could have actually gone through your classmates, got your contact number, and I would have got in touch with you. But I thought, no, let me try on my own. And I have to thank you. You were so simple, easy, nice. While connecting, and straight away gave me your number, your contact, your email, and we got in touch, and this got set up. So thank you very much, and very happy to get this done. And let's end the show with our motto: to greater heights.
The greater heights, yes.
अजीब दास्ता है ये, कहाँ शुरू कहाँ खत्म, ये मंजिलें है कौन सी, न वो समझ सके न हम,